Hey guys, GHZD here, back with another story video. I haven't actually done one of these for a while now. I think I've done like 10 uploads since the last one. I can't remember actually, but today I'll be telling you guys a story about one of my first or very early experiences with alcohol. Now, with me, I actually didn't start drinking until I was of legal age, which was only like a month ago, so I really kind of avoided alcohol after this experience, and it was not good at all. This was a couple of years ago happened, right? And one of my friends decided that he wanted to have like a gathering of friends and stuff and we'll be drinking. Now, I was going there because I was actually going there to meet a girl because I liked her at the time. And I wasn't planning on drinking at all. And I just went there with the mindset that I wasn't going to be drinking, and I didn't. But what actually happened at this party, right, is so we got there, people were drinking, as they are. I mean, it was underage, so it was kind of sketchy. And I wasn't really into this kind of stuff, and I kind of just avoided the alcohol, and I was just enjoying the atmosphere, you know? So after a while of kind of like everyone else drinking and whatever, what the hell, I can't really remember, it was years ago now, we decided that it would be a good idea to go down to the foreshore. And I didn't really think anything of it, because we were just going to go down to the Perth foreshore, get some Maccas or something, and just kind of chill there. I think my friends had some backpacks that they had, God, I can't even remember what was in those, to be honest, like maybe vodka or something, but they were going down there to drink as well. So we were all like walking in a group to Macca's down at the foreshore, because there's like a McDonald's down there, which was pretty cool. We were having a good time. I think a couple of people were slightly drunk. It wasn't too bad. And they were kind of still at that phase where you can like control what's going on. You're just a little bit buzzed. But we went down to the foreshore, we got Maccas. Now, by the time we reached Maccas, they were drunk. Like, my friends were quite drunk. And it was kind of funny because, like, the people who were serving them were so obviously aware that they were drunk. And they were trying so hard not to laugh at how retarded my friends were, like, acting. So there I was at the back, just being, like, hell embarrassed because they were acting so retarded. Like, seriously, alcohol makes you retarded. Like, you think you're on top of everything, but realistically, you just look like a spastic. And so we got Macca's, had a good time there. We started to go back to the foreshore, and this is where we stopped and kind of just sat on the grass area for a while, and it started getting dark, and they were drinking in a circle. Now, because this was a very early experience with alcohol, and it was very underage, and they didn't know the limits, and one of my friends started to drink a lot of vodka, and that stuff has a very high alcohol concentration, and it made him quite fucking drunk, not gonna lie. And they didn't actually notice the effects of the alcohol until we decided that it would be a pretty good idea to go for another walk down the foreshore back up to my mate's place. At this point, myself and I think 3 other people hadn't drunk at all, or maybe a couple of them had a little bit to drink, and then the rest of the group had absolutely way too much to drink. They had completely overdone it. And so we were walking back on the foreshore, back to my mate's place, and it was quite evident that these guys were slightly out of control. I mean, they just kept drinking, because when you get drunk, you just don't have control. And these guys had no clue what the hell their limits were. And they were very drunk. They were making so much noise, and all these people were just like looking at us from their houses on the foreshore. You could see them, like the lights in the buildings. You could see people looking at our group because we were so loud and obnoxious. And when we were walking along, my friends were running around the place. They were just doing the most stupid shit. They actually went to the edge of the river at one point, and there's like an overhang where you can fall in, but you won't be able to get back up onto the land. So I was so nervous. Like, these guys were being so reckless. I had to completely pull them back, and they were like tricking themselves into thinking that vodka was water. They're like, have a drink of this, it's water, LaMayo. And then they would drink it, they'd get even more hammered. It actually got to the point where me and this girl, who actually became my girlfriend after I think a few weeks after that, I can't actually remember anymore, but yeah, we're not dating anymore. But that's actually where I met my first girlfriend. So that was a weird experience. But myself and this girl, we actually had to start restraining them and getting the alcohol from them, like taking it physically off them, because they were just overdosing beyond recognition. It actually got to the point where they started trying to get it off us, and we actually had to hide it like behind trees and stuff, and we never went back. So there's just like alcohol, like bottles of vodka just behind trees. We actually had a lot of alcohol there. I can't actually remember how much it was, but it was quite a few liters of that stuff. But I don't know actually how we did that. How did we manage that? That's weird. But anyway, so we started hiding bottles of vodka, beer, all that stuff. And my friends just had no clue what was going on. They were spaced out beyond recognition. It was so dumb. Like, these guys, oh my God. I can't even begin to tell you guys how hard it was to try and get these guys to keep moving, because we needed to get back to this guy's house because we were causing way too much drama on the foreshore itself. And it was getting very dark. It was like maybe midnight at this point, and we still hadn't made it back. And this is kind of where shit went south pretty fast. We were walking, just getting to the road, right? And my friend collapsed behind a tree. So my friend had basically collapsed behind a tree. He was drifting in and out of consciousness, which is not good. He was vomiting at the mouth, as you do when you get that drunk. And we actually had to call the ambulance because we had no idea what was going on. We were so inexperienced. They actually took him to the hospital, and that was the last time we saw him. I mean, looking back, we probably overreacted. But from my perspective at the time, the age I was, it was a pretty serious situation, and we didn't know how to deal with it. I mean, if I had the experience again, I'd probably know how to handle the situation. It probably wasn't necessary to call the ambulance, but we did anyway. And really, during this time, my friend knew what to do, which was good. So yeah, credit to you, bro. Like, seriously, if you weren't there, I would have been fucked. I would have been like, oh God, what the hell is going on here? But he handled the situation, my friend. And the person drifting out of consciousness on the floor behind a tree he's okay. Don't worry about him. But during this time, my friends, or the other friends that were really, really drunk, were just dicking around these girls. I can't remember, like a few meters away, and they had no clue what was going on. The girls, I don't think actually drank that much, and they were kind of just kind of a little bit worried about what was going on. And this is like the first time we had met them, and it was weird. It was just so dumb. Why the hell did we do that? But at this point, after my mate had got taken to hospital in the ambulance, we kind of just started to force these drunk maniacs back to the house. We needed to get back to the house at this point because we were just they were out of it. We actually had to cross a road. Now, this was very, very sketchy, and we had to get them to cross this road. It was so obvious that they were drunk, and the people who stopped at the traffic lights to let us go past, I looked at them and they were laughing because they knew how drunk some of these people were. I actually had to hold one of my mates on my shoulder to get him across the road in time because he was just so bloody stumbly. It's not a fun experience, and honestly, it put me off ever going to parties or alcohol, all that stuff, for a very long time. It took me a while to kind of recover from it, actually, and it took us so goddamn long to get back to the house, but once we did, everyone kind of crashed out. I had to keep monitoring these guys. If you want some advice from me, know your shit before you even go ahead and do that stuff. And I wouldn't even recommend it anyway. I mean, the policy I kind of live by is if it affects your health directly or your education, just don't go near that shit until it's legal for you. And really, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this story. It was a little bit crazy at the time. I don't know how the hell I managed to get through that night without losing my shit at my friends. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
It's on Amy. Doing a sim.
Hell yeah. Oh God, he's gonna pop on me! Fuck me.
Oh, wow. No.
No, my prot! No, not my prot! Fuck's sake.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Oh, good job, Georgie.
I knew it was happening as well. Like, I could feel myself getting stuck, and I was like, oh, nah.